We left Buenos Aires for the island of Tenerife, with a layover in Madrid, a 19-hour journey. We stayed in the beautiful town of Taganana since Santa Cruz de Tenerife was busy due to the carnival celebrations. To get to Santa Cruz, there is a bus service that takes approximately 1 hour, traveling through mountains with spectacular views. Drive through the winding roads of the Anaga Mountains at dusk and you will see valleys plunging toward hidden beaches, clouds drifting below you like an ocean of white. Stand at the cliffs of Los Gigantes in the west, and the rock walls rise dramatically from the Atlantic, glowing gold in the evening light. Walk along Santa Cruz's waterfront at sunset, where the sky turns pink behind the auditorio and the sea breeze carries the scent of salt and distant islands. Tenerife is not just a destination, it is a meeting point of continents, climates, and cultures. And Santa Cruz, with its open harbor and festive spirit, is its beating heart. Rising from the Atlantic Ocean off the northwest coast of Africa, Tenerife is the largest and most populous of Spain's Canary Islands, a land where volcanic fire shaped dramatic landscapes and ocean winds soften them into places of extraordinary beauty.
Ay, Canarias, la tierra de mis amores, ramo de flores que brotan de la mar.
Santa Cruz de Tenerife is the vibrant capital city of the island of Tenerife in the Canary Islands, Spain. Founded in the late 1400s as a small port town, it grew over centuries into a bustling modern city with a mix of historical sites, open plazas, contemporary architecture, and seaside promenades. One of Santa Cruz's most iconic landmarks is its central market, officially named Mercado de Nuestra Señora de Africa, often called La Recova. Authentic local atmosphere, it's a must-visit spot to experience everyday life in the city. Locals shop fruit, fish, meats, cheeses, and artisan produce here, and the colorful stalls fill the space with scents and sounds. Historic and architecturally interesting, the building has a distinctive neo-colonial style with archways, open patios, and a central courtyard, a pleasant contrast to the surrounding streets.
El corazón de los Canarias, Islas Canarias, el murmullo de la brisa, Islas Canarias, suspiran todos avantes por el amor de una isla.
The old town's narrow streets, plazas like Plaza de España and Plaza Whaler, and historic churches sit alongside striking contemporary architecture such as the Auditorio de Tenerife Don Martín. Santa Cruz hosts one of the world's most famous carnivals, declared Fiesta of International Tourist Interest, known for its colorful parades and lively spirit. The city has lush parks like Parque Garcia Sanabria and easy access to waterfront walks along Avenida de Anaga. It's a city where daily local life blends with rich cultural traditions, good shopping, food, and music. Lanzarote is the easternmost of Spain's Canary Islands, lying in the Atlantic Ocean just off the coast of West Africa. Shaped by powerful volcanic eruptions, especially those of the 18th century in the Timanfaya area, the island has a dramatic, almost lunar landscape of black lava fields, red craters, and sculpted rock formations. The heart of the island is Timanfaya National Park, where geothermal heat still rises from beneath the surface. Visitors can see steam demonstrations and travel through the Montañas del Fuego, Mountains of Fire. The island's identity is deeply shaped by local artist and architect César Manrique, who integrated art with nature. His works, such as Jaimios del Agua and Mirador del Rio, blend volcanic caves and cliffs with modern design. Thanks to his influence, Lanzarote avoided high-rise mass tourism development. Lanzarote offers golden beaches like Playa Blanca and wild, windswept shores such as Famara, popular for surfing and kiteboarding. Arrecife is the capital of Lanzarote and its main commercial and administrative center. Unlike the resort towns, Arrecife feels more local and authentic. Highlights of Arrecife: Charco de San Ginés, a picturesque saltwater lagoon in the center of town, surrounded by whitewashed houses and fishing boats. It's one of the most charming spots on the island. Castillo de San Gabriel, a small 16th-century fortress located on an islet connected by a causeway, built to defend against pirate attacks. Castillo de San Jose, another fortress turned into a contemporary art museum, also linked to Cesar Manrique. El Reducto Beach, a long urban beach with calm waters, right next to the city center. Arrecife also serves as Lanzarote's main port and gateway, with cruise ships arriving regularly and ferries connecting to other Canary Islands. On the eastern edge of the Atlantic Ocean, where volcanic mountains rise dramatically from the sea, lies one of Spain's most beautiful and least-known historic capitals, Santa Cruz de la Palma. Small in size, yet immense in history, this city has stood as a gateway between continents for more than 5 centuries. Founded in 1493, shortly after Columbus' voyages, Santa Cruz de la Palma quickly became one of the most important ports in the Spanish Atlantic world. From here, ships sailed to the Americas carrying sugar, wine, and dreams of fortune. Wealth flowed back into the city, shaping its architecture and culture. In 1553, the French privateer François Leclerc, known as Peg Leg, attacked and burned much of the city. The devastation led to the construction of defensive fortifications like the imposing Castillo de Santa Catalina, which still guards the shoreline today. Walking through Santa Cruz feels like stepping into a living museum. The heart of the old town, Plaza de España, is framed by Renaissance facades and the majestic Iglesia Matriz de El Salvador, whose wooden ceilings and sacred art reflect centuries of devotion. Along the seafront, the most iconic image of the city appears, the wooden balconies of Avenida Marítima. Painted in traditional colors and carved from Canary and pine, they lean gently toward the ocean, as if watching for ships that may never return. At the Naval Museum, housed inside a replica of Christopher Columbus' ship, the Santa Maria, the island's seafaring identity comes alive. La Palma was once required by the Spanish crown to register ships traveling to the New World. For a time, this small island was one of the Atlantic's most strategic maritime checkpoints. The ocean here is not scenery, it is destiny. Every 5 years, Santa Cruz transforms during the Bajada de la Virgen de las Nieves, when the island's patron saint is carried from the hills into the city in a celebration that blends faith, folklore, and spectacle. And during Carnival, the streets fill with white powder and laughter on Dia de los Indígenas, a playful tribute to islanders who emigrated to Latin America and returned with stories, and sometimes fortunes. Tradition here is not preserved behind glass. It lives in the streets. Beyond the colonial facades rises a dramatic volcanic landscape. La Palma, known as La Isla Bonita, is one of the most geologically active islands in the Canaries. Yet despite eruptions and pirate attacks, Santa Cruz de la Palma endures, resilient, elegant, and quietly proud. Santa Cruz de la Palma is not a city of grand boulevards or modern skyscrapers. It is a city of memory. Of carved wood and salt air. Of ships that crossed oceans. Of faith carried down mountain roads. A small capital with a vast horizon, still watching the Atlantic, just as it has for over 500 years. Iglesia Matriz de El Salvador, often simply called Iglesia de El Salvador, is the main Catholic parish church and principal religious monument in Santa Cruz de la Palma, the historic capital of La Palma in the Canary Islands, Spain. It's a key part of the city's architectural and cultural heritage. The church was originally established around 1500, shortly after the Spanish conquest of La Palma, making it one of the oldest Christian worship sites on the island.
Sentimiento. Son dulces, son delicadas, como son sus sentimientos. Son la folía, lamento, son la folía, lamento.
Las Palmas de Gran Canaria is a vibrant Atlantic city where history, culture, and beach life blend effortlessly. Located on the northeastern coast of Gran Canaria, it is one of the two capitals of the Canary Islands and one of Spain's most important port cities. The heart of its history lies in the district of Vegeta, where cobbled streets lead to colonial buildings and quiet plazas.
A cantar, a cantar é que te deixas levar.
Rising dramatically from the Atlantic Ocean, Madeira is a lush volcanic island belonging to Portugal, located about 1,000 kilometers southwest of Lisbon and 700 kilometers off the coast of Africa. Known as the Island of Eternal Spring, Madeira enjoys a mild subtropical climate year-round, where steep green mountains plunge into deep blue seas and terraced hillsides are embroidered with vineyards and banana plantations. Formed millions of years ago by volcanic activity, Madeira's landscape is rugged and spectacular. Sharp peaks such as Pico Ruivo and Pico do Arriero rise above clouds, while dramatic cliffs like Cabo Joreo rank among the highest sea cliffs in Europe. The island is famous for its levadas, centuries-old irrigation channels that now serve as scenic walking trails, guiding visitors through laurel forests, waterfalls, and panoramic viewpoints. Much of the interior is protected within the Louri Silva Forest, a UNESCO-listed remnant of prehistoric subtropical woodland. At the heart of the island lies Funchal, the capital and cultural center of Madeira. Founded in the 15th century during the Age of Discoveries, Funchal quickly became an important Atlantic port, especially for sugar trade and later for its world-renowned Madeira wine. The city spreads amphitheater-like along a natural bay, its white buildings and red-tiled roofs climbing the hillsides toward botanical gardens and historic quintas, manor houses. Funchal blends history, maritime heritage, and relaxed island elegance. In the old town, Zona Velha, narrow cobbled streets are lined with painted doors, small restaurants, and traditional taverns serving espada, black scabbard fish, with banana, fresh seafood, and bolo do caco bread. The vibrant Mercado dos Lavradores displays tropical fruits, flowers, and fish in a colorful showcase of local life. Madeira wine, which gave the island global fame, remains central to its identity. Exported worldwide since the 16th century, it was favored by European courts and even used to toast the American Declaration of Independence. Today, historic wine lodges in Funchal still age barrels of Cercial, Verdelho, Buell, and Malvasia varieties. Culturally, Madeira celebrates with remarkable energy. The New Year's Eve fireworks in Funchal are internationally famous, lighting up the entire bay in one of Europe's most spectacular displays. The Flower Festival in spring transforms the city into a living garden, honoring the island's extraordinary botanical richness. Despite its natural beauty, Madeira is not only about scenery, it is also the birthplace of football legend Cristiano Ronaldo, whose museum and statue stand proudly along Funchal's waterfront, symbolizing the island's modern global connection. Today, Madeira and Funchal combine tradition and sophistication. Cruise ships dock beside historic fortresses, cable cars rise from the harbor to Monte Village, and luxury hotels overlook the Atlantic horizon. Yet beyond the polished facades remains a deeply authentic island spirit, resilient, maritime, and warmly welcoming. Madeira is a place where mountains meet ocean in dramatic harmony, and where Funchal stands as both guardian of history and vibrant heart of island life.
Anda comigo, Maria, anda comigo, Maria, pela Senhora do Mundo, pela Senhora do Mundo. E os lindos bailariques, que é no largo da Funda. sem parar. Quem quiser entrar na roda, quem quiser entrar na roda, primeiro tem de cantar, primeiro tem de cantar. Adeus terreiro da luta, adeus terreiro da luta, adeus Ribeira das Cais, adeus Ribeira das Cais. Estava por despedida, estava por despedida, por um show não canto mais, por um show não canto mais.
Estendo o meu corpo no chão.